So it's really an overthrow of all power in St. Louis, justified or not. That's what it is. It's to get everybody out, and this, of course, is also happening in Texas with Rick Perry.
Yeah, I have the clip that introduces what happened.
Oh, good, because I have my own personal Texas analysis. I'd be happy to do that. Let me find it.
Yeah, I'd like to hear it. This is Rick Perry indicted.
We have this news in now out of Texas. Governor Rick Perry was indicted by a grand jury this afternoon on 2 criminal charges: abuse of official capacity and coercion of a public servant. The felony charges stem from the governor's efforts to force the resignation of Travis County District Attorney Rosemary Lemberg. Now, Travis County is where the Texas state capital, Austin, is located. Last year, Lemberg, who is a Democrat, pled guilty to drunken driving, but she refused to resign her position despite calls to do so from the Republican governor. Things came to a head when Governor Perry vetoed millions of dollars of state funding for Lemberg's public integrity unit. That move has now put him in big legal trouble.
Right. This, by the way, was something that was guffawed over at the family reunion as the news came out, and like most of my family are Democrats. I think are lifelong Democrats. Uncle Don, of course, was a Republican and served under multiple Republican presidents, but then became Democrat and voted for Obama twice. I think as a good agency man, that's what you do. It would
well,
seem.
I don't know about that the first time. As a good agency man, when you have a Republican running against a Democrat.
He despises 43, George W. Bush. Despises him.
Okay.
Really
but George
hates
W.
him.
Bush didn't run against Al Gore, a military man. Against Obama. A military man ran against Obama by the name of McCain.
Oh, I think he certainly doesn't like McCain. No, he sees through a lot of bullcrap, but I think he kind of fell a bit for the Obama vibe, the idea of we can change something.
Him a softy in his old age.
Well, we'll talk about that. I'm not so sure. But anyway, so everyone's like, "Oh, did you see Rick Perry got indicted?" Yeah, I guess the glasses didn't help him. Abuse of power. Yeah, that doesn't happen anywhere ever. There's no abuse of power. I don't like droning American citizens overseas. No, it's not really an abuse of power or anything, or overstepping your boundary of constitutional rights and privileges and law. So I know a bit about this case because this district attorney, of course locally in Austin, this has been on the news for a long time since this happened almost a year ago when she was arrested. I think it was on Route 2222, which is not a good place to be driving drunk with an open container of vodka. And she was so horrible to the police officers, and she had, I think, like 3 times the legal limit of alcohol, and she was spitting at the cops, and they put a hood on her, the spit mask, because she was spitting at everybody, saying, "I'm not going to stay here more than 6 hours. You know who I am. I'll get out of here." And the problem is she's a Democrat. This is the issue from what I understand, and she headed up the public integrity unit, which the governor can appoint a new person to if she were to go. And she was in jail for I think almost a month, and they're not easy on drunken driving in Texas. They do mess you up, and rightly so. Don't drink and drive in Texas. Certainly not in Austin. But she, is a Democrat, and so you don't really hear about that. It was big news, but not now all of a sudden where he's saying, well, you know what, I got to get rid of this woman one way or the other. She's not going to resign. So I'm just going to veto all funding for her department, the public integrity unit.
Why doesn't he have the right to do that? He's the governor. He can veto things.
Well, I think what now it'll come down to what is the reason. Does he need to have a reason when you veto something? Does the president need a reason to
veto? I veto. You don't need a
Right.
reason. It's not. It's like, I plead guilty with an excuse.
I'm sorry. I really
There's no
didn't mean
such
it. Yeah. Right. Well, this now is seen as it's this big political bomb of, he's abusing his power. So, really? This is what you're gonna indict him over when it comes to abuse of power? Forget all the bribery and trying to force
all the real deals.
Force vaccinations on girls with a back end deal into Merck is it Merck that is Gardasil? Yeah, none of that stuff. But then also this woman, sorry, I don't want her being a district attorney. She's insane when she's drunk.
She's probably drunk a lot, or she wouldn't get drunk.
I can't imagine. I don't think I've ever been that drunk. Ever. I've never even been sick from alcohol ever in my life.
You're spitting. I like the spitting part.
He's just spitting on the cops. Talk about hubris. I'm drunk and I'm spitting on you because I'm the district attorney. Hey, I'll get out of here. Don't you worry. But of course, none of that is discussed. It's the abuse of power. Abuse of power.
So everybody at the family reunion was all in on this because they hate Perry because of his glasses?
No, they hate Perry because he's, it's already tough. See, I'm not really from Texas. Well, you're from Austin, so you're okay. Because Austin, of course, is like an oasis in Texas, and this horrible.
This is all part of course, we talked about this on the show a couple of times. We had the original clips of demographers who say that Texas
is a blue state. Yeah, the next state to go completely blue.
It's going to be a blue state as soon as after Georgia turns blue, then Texas is next, and that will be orchestrated through a series of very hard-ass maneuvers, and I think this is one of them.
Yes. But that's not the general narrative. And, of course, it's inevitable that guns come up. Well, Texas, yeah, you got guns? I said, yeah. But you don't conceal carry, do you? I said, no, I got it in the car, though. Mickey's got one in the car. Oh,